Welcome back. Let's take a look at what took place back home on the last street yesterday. The market ended higher for the 7th consecutive session to end at a near 3-month high. The Nifty ended with gains of about 0.5%. The Sensex too rallied about 0.2%. The banks, they saw an up move of about 0.5%. Mid-caps outperformed. The 11,000 mark slightly elusive. For all the cues that are stacked up today, we have Ekta this morning. Ekta, not good news coming in overnight from the Fed, and the SGX Nifty indicates a dip.
Yes, absolutely, Mangalam, but we've had a good ride. So in any case, let me just first recap what took place yesterday. Firm day of trade, the Nifty inched closer towards 11,000, lower Brent crude prices, that OMO from the RBI really fueled gains. So it was a macro-led rally that we saw yesterday. So the rupee closed at around 70.4. There was a slight bit of appreciation that we saw. The bond yields were at around 7.22%, and the FII's net bought around 1,200 odd crores. The DII's net sold 481. FII's buying was obviously a positive. There have been more buy figures from the FIIs in the recent couple of weeks. Now, in terms of the cues, yes, the big cue has to be the FOMC meet outcome. So what the market was expecting took place. There was a Fed rate hike. The dot plot came down to 2, but the stance from the Fed was much more aggressive. So, the language made the markets assume that they can't take things for granted when it came to the Fed probably easing its rate hike cycle going forward, and that spooked the market. So you saw the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, all of them at closing lows of 2018 in yesterday's trading session. So the US markets were lower, Asia as a result is lower, and the SGX is also indicating that it's going to be a weak start for us. No surprises coming in from Brent crude prices. So currently at around $57 per barrel. There was a bit of a spike up yesterday. The opinion that we've got is that maybe 60 would be more of a sustainable range. But nonetheless, no surprises means that maybe there could be some amount of a floor for the markets just based on the fact that Brent crude has not surprised on the upside. Now, currently, in fact, the Nifty is above its 20, 50, 100, 200-day moving average. The 100-day moving average, just to point out, is 10,937. So we're above that level. The Nifty is, in fact, gained over 600 points. And Mangalam, we were talking about this yesterday on Facebook Live as well. From that December low, 11th low of 10,333. The MSCI Asia ex Japan is down around 0.4% week to date. And we've outperformed that index with a gain of around 3% Mid-cap index is up around 2%. So all of this probably indicates that maybe there could be some amount of profit booking for our markets, but we shouldn't be surprised. But the fact that Brent crude is also down 30% plus from those October highs could probably result in the fact that there could be some amount of buying on dips for us.
Okay, so we have outperformed the peers of late. Let's see how today pans out, whether the initial dip gets bought into. But Ekta, you talked about a lot of macro cues. What about the micro cues and stocks that you're watching out for?
Well, as expected, the Rajasthan government has announced the farm loan waiver up to 2 lakh. The state government will bear a burden of around 18,000 crores. That would be in focus. Pfizer India is in focus as brands such as Corex, etc. The key brands in India are expected to continue to be marketed by Pfizer. Remember that there was that GSK and Pfizer globally are going to be combining their consumer health units. So that's big news coming in. Alembic, their Panela facility was inspected with 0483s. SBI, there were some important statements coming in from the management to CNBC TV18. They expect loan growth of around 14%, etc. So that stock would continue to be in focus. Also, a lot of news with regards to PSU banks on recapitalization. So the entire PSU bank space, outperformed yesterday. So whether that sort of momentum continues would be important to watch. JSW Steel NCLT has approved a resolution plan. Karnataka Bank, they've tied up with Paisa Bazaar for home loans. And Religare Finvest has filed a complaint with the Corporate Affairs Ministry against Malvinder Singh and Shivinder Singh. So that's a piece of news you should just keep in mind.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for that. So we will keep an eye out on how the markets pan out and individual stocks. But before that, we take a short break and come back. We talk about SBI Chairman Rajneesh Kumar, his take on resolving the agri distress. That exclusive conversation on the other side.